What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and having a great day. It's a beautiful day outside today, but it is definitely a little bit chilly. But that is not stopping us from reviewing the 2023 Chevy Traverse RS. Huge thank you to Jesus Montes over at Koons, Tysons, Chevy, Buick, GMC for allowing me to do this review for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this particular RS or any GM product with the exception of Cadillac, I'll be sure to have Jesus's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. Before we get into the exterior and performance part of this video, I greatly appreciate it if each and every one of you guys would give this video a big thumbs up as well as hit that subscribe button. All those likes, comments, and subscriptions really help to make my channel grow, and I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So I greatly appreciate it if you guys would do that. But with that out of the way, let's move into the exterior and performance. So like I said, this is a 2023 Chevy Traverse RS. And this particular one is painted in the beautiful mosaic black metallic. But let's start over here at our headlights, because we do have LED headlights with IntelliBeam as well as LED daytime running lights. What's kind of interesting is that your LED daytime running lights are up top here and your LED headlights are down here. You have C-shaped chrome trim around your headlights, and then it's kind of like a black headlight surround down in there. It looks absolutely fantastic. Then taking a step to the left is where you'll find your black grille with black chrome grille bars and black bow tie emblem. You also will find your RS nameplate on the lower right hand corner of the front grille. Just below your black bow tie is where you will find your forward facing camera that goes with your HD surround vision camera. So this does have a 360 degree view camera as standard with the RS. Also, what you get standard are these 20-inch dark aluminum wheels wrapped in two 55/55 Continental Cross Contact LX20 tires. Let's talk about what's going on behind those tires, because you do get the ride and handling suspension with the RS that includes McPherson strut coil springs in the front and independent 5-link rear suspension in the rear. Just to the right of your wheel and tire setup is where you'll find your body color mirror caps with integrated turn signals. These side view mirrors are also heated, power folding. You will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left hand corner of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right hand corner of your passenger side mirror, and then all the way at the bottom of your side view mirrors is where you'll find your side view cameras. Like I said, the front camera, the side cameras, and the rear camera all go along with your HD surround vision, which is a 360 degree view camera. Taking a look at the top of the roof line, you will find your black roof rails as well as your black window trim. You get body color door handles and black belt line moldings with the RS. You can also see your Traverse lettering is also in black. What's kind of interesting though is that your keyless access button is chrome. So if you press that, you can unlock the vehicle and or lock the vehicle. Again, your 20-inch wheels, capless filler neck just behind here. E10 is totally fine, and then all the way at the rear end, or the business end of the 23 Traverse RS, is where you'll find your LED taillights. They kind of have a smoked look to them, which looks absolutely fantastic on this black paint as well as on this RS. I noticed that the smoked taillights were also on the Traverse Premier that I did a video with. I think that was like last week or 2 weeks ago, which I'll link a card in the upper right hand section of this video so you guys can compare the two. The Premier is just a bit more expensive than this RS here, and it's got a bunch of chrome trim rather than the black trim. You also get a rear intermittent wiper as well as a black bow tie emblem, which is surrounded by some chrome trim. What's kind of interesting is they do the black bow tie emblem, but then the trim around the black bow tie emblem is in chrome. Just below that is where you'll find your rear view camera, and then this is your rear view mirror camera and a rear view mirror camera washer. So when we move into the interior, I'll show you guys that the rear view mirror is actually a camera. You can either have it on the camera or you can turn the camera off and just use it as a regular rear view mirror. I personally like the rear view camera mirror. You also get a power liftgate with the RS as standard, as well as dual exhaust with bright tips, and you also have 4 rear view sensors for 1, 2, 3, 4 total rear view sensors. And then let's pop open the power liftgate and see what's going on in here. Let me find how you pop it open. I guess you put it all the way down there and the power liftgate will open up. to reveal actually a good amount of storage space. So what's kind of interesting is that the storage space back here is actually bigger than what you would find in like a Chevy Tahoe behind those third row seats. So you can probably fit 1 or 2 carry-on suitcases back here with the third row seats up. However, if you fold the third row seats down, which I guess you can't do because those second row seats are too far back, you have a lot more storage space to set miscellaneous items. Opening this up, you have tons more storage space down in there. Then when you take these things out, that is where you'll find your 18-inch spare tire, 12-volt power outlet on the right-hand side of the trunk, and then you got a speaker right here, another speaker over there. Pressing this button will close the power lift gate. And let's talk about max tow capacity. So you guys have a boat, you guys have jet skis, you guys have four-wheelers, don't fret, because the max tow capacity of the 2023 Chevy Traverse RS is 5,000 pounds. So you can actually tow quite a bit with the Traverse RS. I know 5,000 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is. You can pull a 21-foot center console dependent on how much that center console weighs, if it's wood stringers, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So you can actually pull quite a bit of weight with the Traverse RS with the 3.6 liter. Obviously that's the motor that comes with it. But let me know what you guys think of the look of the 2023 Traverse RS in the comment section down below. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and it kind of reminds me of the Blazer with these daytime running lights up top here. But with all that said, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 3.6 liter V6 that makes 310 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 6.5 seconds. If you guys were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 17 miles per gallon in the city, 25 miles per gallon on the highway, for 20 miles per gallon combined with all-wheel drive. But if you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys would do that. I'm also doing an LS swap too, a 1987 Ford F-150. So if that is something that piques your interest, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. With that said, let's move into the interior. All right, guys, moving into the interior, you do get keyless access. So all you got to do is walk up to the vehicle, press on this button, and the vehicle will unlock. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, you can also lock the vehicle by pressing on that button. But there is one thing I wanted to show you guys that has to do with the key fob before we move into the interior, and that is that if you click this button twice, the power lift gate will open up. However, if you click the lock button and then click on this arrow, it will remote start, and you can hear that 3.6 liter V6 roar to life. But let's step into the interior and see what's going on in here. So this particular interior pattern is called Jet Black with Spice Red. So you get the jet black leather with the spice red accent colored stitching. It looks absolutely fantastic. This is leather wrapped. This is perforated leather wrapped. You get a nicely padded armrest. This is also leather wrapped with some accent colored stitching. Aluminum door handle, unlock and lock buttons, mirror controls. This right here will power fold in your side view mirrors. So you can see they power folded in, and press that button again, they will power fold back out. This will lock your passenger side windows, and you do get automatic up and down driver window, but all your other windows are power down only. Got a great spot to set your iPhone, and then down in here you can fit a water bottle and a few other miscellaneous items. Right here, this is also your button to open up the power lift gate. So you can either open it up all the way open, so that's called max. You can open it up 3/4 of the way, or you can turn your power lift gate off. We'll keep it on max because that is what it was on. 8-way power driver seat, 6-way power passenger seat. Beautiful jet black leather with the red spice accent colored stitching. Looks absolutely fantastic, and it kind of reminds me ish of what you find on the Tahoe RST. Red accent colored stitching. Then you got your power seat controls down in here, but let's step into the interior and see what's going on in here. Close that door. This does have keyless access, so that also means you have push button start. So put your foot down on the brake and push to start, and the vehicle will turn the interior stuff on. I'm going to turn that down for copyright's sake, and we'll start over here and we'll work our way to the passenger side and then to the second and third row seats. So you get some black trim in here as well as some aluminum trim. Down here is where you'll find this little knob that you can press in and it will pop out. then you can control the brightness and or dimness of your screen, as well as your backlit gauges and your backlit buttons. This is your headlight control knob. So right now my headlights are in automatic. I can twist it to the left, that turns automatic light control off. Twist this to the right, that turns my daytime running lights on only. Then twist it all the way to the right, and that turns your headlights on all the way. So your headlights will always be on, and I like to leave it in automatic personally. This is your turn signal stock, so let's take a listen to that turn signal. That's what that sounds like. This is your IntelliBeam on or off button, and obviously you can turn your high beams on by pulling back on that. You get a heated steering wheel that is also leather wrapped. Adaptive cruise control stuff on this side of the steering wheel, and then over here you have these 4 different arrows, and that controls what goes on in your 4.2-inch productivity screen. This is to speak to the vehicle and or pick up on a phone call. This is to hang up on a phone call. So let's go throughout our screen, shall we? Right now we have it on our digital speedometer readout. That's our fuel range, that's our odometer. That lets us know that we are in park. That means lane keeping assist is on. That is northeast, so that means we're pointed in a northeasterly direction. That lets me know that cruise control is on. So if I press this button over here, that will turn cruise control off. So yeah, clicking to the right, you can go in through your info. You can go and do your speedometer readout, fuel stuff, go down one more, fuel range, oil life, tire pressure, air filter, blah, 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 all these different things. Go over, you got your media stuff, navigation stuff, phone stuff, settings. I personally like to leave it on this screen. On the left-hand side of your gauge cluster, you got your analog RPM gauge. On the right-hand side, you have your analog speedometer. That is your coolant temperature. That is obviously your fuel gauge. You can see that you have the fuel pump right there, and it has like an arrow pointing to the left. That means your capless filler neck is on the left-hand side of the vehicle, and or that, if you don't know what that means that you fill up on the driver's side of the vehicle. And over here, you have your windshield wiper stock. Pull back, that will wash the front windshield. Push forward, that will wash the rear windshield. Then right here, push button start. Like I mentioned, just to the right of your push button start button is where you will find your 8-inch touch infotainment with wireless Apple CarPlay as well as wireless Android Auto. We'll go into this screen, continue, and you get your audio stuff, phone stuff, navigation stuff, Wi-Fi hotspot stuff. This is a Wi-Fi capable vehicle. You can go into your My Chevrolet, set service appointments. Like I mentioned, this has HD surround vision. So that's your 360-degree view camera. That is your forward-facing camera. If I throw it into reverse, pops your rear view camera up. We'll throw her back into park. And yeah, that's about it for that screen. I mean, you can see that is what the ambient exterior temperature is. That is what time it is currently. And yeah, that's about it for that screen. Just below that are your controls for the screen. So this is your home button. So if I go into phone and I want to go back to my home screen, that'd be the button I press. Now it brings up my home screen. This is to go back on a track. That's to go forward on the track. This is your volume knob, and you press this button, that will mute the audio. Press that button again, it will unmute the audio. The Traverses have a fun party trick. So if I press this button, you can see the screen will go up, and you can set your sunglasses in there, hand sanitizer, basically small miscellaneous items will fit in there. Press that button again, screen comes back down. Pressing on this will turn your hazards on, and then down here is your climate control stack. Your front 2 seats are heated, and they do have 3 levels of adjustability. Just below your climate control stack, you have 2 USB-A ports as well as an auxiliary jack. Just to the right of that, you have a 12-volt power outlet, and then just below all of that, you have your wireless charging pad. Get your gear shifter right here. It's very notchy. I love the feel of it. And then on the left-hand side of it, you have your upshift and downshift buttons. 2 cup holders. This right here will turn all-wheel drive on as well as your off-road mode on. So if I twist it all the way to the right, that is off-road mode on. Twist it back over to the left, we'll go back into 2-wheel drive, because that's where you'll find you get the best fuel economy. This is your auto stop start on or off, and then right here is your lane keeping assist on or off. Electronic parking brake, pull up, that will engage the parking brake. Put your foot on the brake and then push back down, that will disengage the parking brake. You have a very nice leather wrapped armrest that is nicely padded with some red accent colored stitching. Let's pop this open. You can see you get a divider in here as well as a halogen light, and basically my whole forearm fits down in there, so it's very deep. Very good amount of storage space down in there. But close that again and we'll work our way up top here. Like I mentioned, this does have that rear view camera mirror. So you can see it's projecting your rear view camera. If I push forward on this, that will turn that off, and now it just behaves like a regular rear view mirror. I like the rear view camera mirror. However, you can zoom in and out of it if you want to. So that's what these buttons down here will do. You can make it brighter, you can make it dimmer. You can click on that, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. I like it like right there. And yeah, I mean, that's about what you can do. You can either point it up, you can point it down, you can do whatever you want to with that. I personally really like that rear view camera mirror. OnStar stuff, this lets you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. When I open up the interior, the lights will not turn on right now. However, if I press this button right here, you can see the amber light goes away. Now when I open up the interior or the door, the interior lights will turn on. This button right here will turn on all your interior dome lights. If I click that, all the interior dome lights turn on. Click that again, they all turn back off. One thing about this particular Traverse RS is that it does have the $1,500 dual skyscraper roof, and that is the only option that is on this particular Traverse RS. So you get this roof that will slide backward as well as tilt up. That is a stationary roof. However, the only thing that you can do with that is pressing on this button right here will bring that screen all the way, and it'll close that screen. You can press the button back and it'll go back. Like I said, this one will slide backwards as well as tilt up. Get a manual screen. So yeah, that's about that. Universal garage door opener. Here are your vanity mirrors with 2 vanity lights. Let's see if this will slide. I bet you it does. It's an American car. Yep, that will slide backwards. We'll close that. And that side does the same exact thing. You get a great spot. You can set your registration, money, or any small paper stuff like business cards. Get a grab handle on this side. That is your Bluetooth mic pickup when you're talking on your Bluetooth phone. This side obviously has the same thing right here. A couple things that I wanted to mention that come with this particular, or actually any Traverse RS, and these are all standard features, and those standard features include the 10-speaker Bose premium sound system, that all these vehicles are Wi-Fi hotspot capable. You get active noise cancellation, you get a wireless charging pad, you get tri-zone climate control, you get adaptive cruise control. And something that I thought was interesting is that this car has 10 cup holders on the inside total. And like I mentioned, the only option that this Traverse RS has is the $1,500 dual skyscape roof. And I'm gonna read a couple safety features off to you guys that are also standard with the Traverse RS. Just bear with me here for a moment while I pull it up. And those safety features include HD surround vision, which is your 360-degree view camera, teen driver, rear park assist, rear cross traffic alert, lane change alert with side blind zone alert, enhanced automatic emergency braking, Chevy safety assist that includes following distance indicator, forward collision alert, lane keep assist with lane departure warning, front pedestrian braking, and IntelliBeam, which is your automatic high beams. While we are on the topic of talking about what's on the window sticker, we might as well throw the window sticker on screen and talk about the MSRP. So the MSRP of this particular 2023 Traverse RS is $49,640. Let me know what you guys think of that price in the comment section down below. But I do want to show you guys what's going on in these second row seats. So we'll unlock the vehicle and I'm going to show you guys what's going on back here in the second row. So popping open the second row door is where you'll find your cup holder, as well as a couple spots where you can set your phone, small miscellaneous items, water bottle, and some more miscellaneous items. Door panel looks very similar to what you find in the front with your leather wrapping and accent colored stitching, aluminum door handle, and then here are your rear second row captain's chairs. You can see you get some spice red accent colored stitching going down the middle of the seat as well as on the sides of the seat. Obviously you have a very nice armrest, but let's step in and let's see how comfortable these second row seats are. I believe that you can recline this seat, so I gotta push that third row seat backwards so I can recline it. So yeah, you can recline these second row seats. You can see it's reclined. You can also bring it back up to where it was. So that's about where it was. Very, very nice. Get a grab handle as well as 2 HVAC vents, one here, one over there. Those are your 2 dome lights for the second row. Seat back pocket behind the driver's seat, seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. Like I said, this is a tri-zone climate control vehicle, so these people can have their own temperature individually, and then the third and second row people can have their own temperature as well. You get a 120 volt household power outlet, as well as 2 USB-A ports. And then down here, you get some miscellaneous storage. So if you want to set your phone down in there while your phone is charging with that USB-A port, you can do that. These second row seats are actually pretty comfortable. And I mean, I got plenty of legroom, plenty of knee room, and plenty of headroom. I am 5'9", and I've got plenty of legroom, headroom, and knee room. But I'm gonna scoot this seat forward just a tad so I can still be comfortable. I am adjusted behind myself. And now let's see how much room I have in this third row. So stepping into the third row, I can scoot that second row seat up just a tad bit more, but right now my knees are touching. I'm not sure how well the GoPro is gonna pick it up because the GoPro kind of stinks in low light, but you can see not much leg room, not much knee room. USB-A port, you got a cup holder, some space for some miscellaneous items, and obviously the same thing is for that side as well. 2 HVAC vents, as well as 2 dome lights in the third row. But yeah, that's about it for the interior of this Traverse RS. Very, very nice. Tons of standard features. You get that 360-degree view camera, which in my opinion is the highlight of the standard features. Just my personal opinion. I love the dual skyscape roof. I can even see it from back here in the third row, which is really awesome. But yeah, very, very comfortable vehicle. Tons of storage space in here. But yeah, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, guys, and now on to the driving portion of the review. And I can feel a little bit of a difference between driving this Chevy Traverse RS versus the Chevy Traverse Premier. I feel like this one handles just a bit better. It's like definitely a lot less body roll. I mean, just like right off the bat, I can tell that the suspension definitely is more oriented towards handling, even though it still rides very, very smooth. Like, I don't feel like the suspension is any firmer than the Premier's suspension. I feel like it soaks up bumps just as well as the Premier does. However, it definitely handles a little bit better. There's way less body roll in this Traverse versus the Traverse Premier. So that's something I wanted to mention that I could tell right off the bat. And this is another thing that I really don't think that it's any different than the Traverse Premier. However, it feels like the throttle response is greater, and or another word for that would be better, on the RS versus on the Premier. And I know, like, it probably isn't, but it feels that way, and it could just be placebo, but I feel like it definitely feels like just a little bit more responsive than the Premier did. Even though that it probably isn't any different, it just feels different, and I don't know if that's just me or what, but it just feels just a tad bit more responsive than the Premier did. We'll do a little right-hand turn onto here and wait for that light to change. And once it's safe to pull out, we'll do a little acceleration. Looks like nobody's coming, so we'll do a little acceleration here. Nothing crazy, but you know, something a little bit more than you normally would. So here we go. I mean, I wasn't really gunning it at all, and just the acceleration is so good and so effortless out of the 3.6. Very, very good low end power, and I love the 9-speed automatic. It's so smooth, and in certain applications I feel like the 9-speed is a little bit better than the 10-speed. I mean, in certain applications the 10-speed is absolutely fantastic, but in certain applications the 10-speed isn't perfect. Like, this one feels like it's just a little bit more put together sometimes than the 10-speed. I know the 10-speed, like I mentioned, in certain applications is absolutely phenomenal, but in certain applications of the 10-speed it can be a little, you know, wonky. But we'll get into this lane, and it rides over these bumps very, very well. Like, these bumps, you know, they're doing a lot of construction on this particular road, and it's just very, very bumpy, but you can't really feel the bumps all that much. And this one's got 20-inch wheels, so that suspension really soaks up the bumps phenomenally well. It's also very quiet in here. Like I said, this does have active noise cancellation, and you can hear it in action. When we get up to this highway up top here, and we'll take a right, I'll give you guys a, like, you know, 20 seconds or so just of me not talking. You guys will really hear the active noise cancellation in action. I mean, you can't hear it, but you can hear just how quiet it is in here, and I love that, especially if you're going to be doing road trips in this. The active noise cancellation really helps out with, you know, just road noise and stuff like that. Like, nobody likes a lot of road noise in a vehicle, especially, you know, a vehicle that's, you know, costs like $40-some thousand. You want it to be very, very nice, and this is a very nice vehicle considering the price. You get a lot of standard features for the money. You get adaptive cruise control standard, you get that 360-degree view camera standard. So those are two big features that on other cars, like comparing this to the Germans, I mean, the Germans, yeah, they might be a little bit fancier and stuff like that, but the Germans, you got to pay a lot of money for adaptive cruise control and a 360-degree view camera. So the Germans really nickel and dime you on options, whereas this, you got them thrown in on the base price of the Traverse RS, which is really cool. Same thing for the Traverse Premier. All these features were standard in that as well. But we'll do a little 0 to 60 test. We'll see how she does in 3, 2, 1, and I will gun it. Here we go. And just keep in mind that that 0 to 60 test is somewhat skewed because it is on a slight downhill, so not totally 100% accurate, but you guys kind of get the gist that this thing has way more than enough power to get you guys merged into traffic and for daily driver situations. You know, some cars, they got a 4-cylinder, yeah, they get great fuel economy, but they really don't accelerate all that well. This one, you know, it gets actually pretty good fuel economy considering that it is a 3-row SUV and that it does have a good amount of power to get you where you need to go. So 25 miles per gallon highway, if you guys do a lot of highway driving, I think that's great fuel economy for a 3-row SUV that you can fit tons of kids in and tons of different stuff in. So when you want to throw your dog all the way in the back, you can throw your dog in the back. You can have your kids in the car at the same time that your dog is in the back, while still having sports equipment in the vehicle as well. So I mean, there's just tons of storage space, tons of hidden storage space as well. So like under the trunk, you can see when I lifted up that one piece, it revealed a good amount of storage that was actually pretty deep. And I just went around that turn at a decent speed, nothing crazy, and it just handles so well. And that's your ride and handling suspension in action. Brakes feel fantastic. We'll do another mild acceleration here, see how she does. And we're coming up on this bridge that, you know, is terrible, potholes everywhere. We'll see how she does, how she handles it. So smooth. I mean, can you feel the bumps? Yes. Are they soaked up extremely well? Yes. The suspension on this, GM really has their suspension game down packed. This isn't even magnetic ride control. We'll go around this turn, and the car just remains so flat. There's very minimal body roll, and that's something that I really like about the GM vehicles, and something that really makes GM's 3-row SUVs and 2-row SUVs really stand out amongst the competition, is that they behave very well around turns. Like, there's no body roll. It just remains super flat, and that's one thing that, like I said, really makes GM stand out amongst the competition. Even though they do handle very well, they're also very well mannered on road, going over bumps and stuff like that. So don't think just because it handles very well that the suspension is too firm, because it's not. Very comfortable, just, you know, just cruising around town. But also, if you're going to go around a back road, you live on a back road or something like that, this thing will also handle those curves very well. It'll also handle potholes very well, like I showed you guys on that bridge. So very good amount of power, very nice suspension, very quiet on the interior. I know I said that I was going to give you guys 20 seconds on the highway just to hear the active noise cancellation. However, I just kept talking, and just take my word for it, active noise cancellation works fantastic. I didn't use the adaptive cruise control, but this does have adaptive cruise control. And if you guys are, you know, a little bit weary about pulling into parking spots because this is a 3-row SUV, it's somewhat big, don't forget you have the HD surround vision, which is your 360-degree view camera, which makes it super easy to park this vehicle. One thing I don't know if I showed you guys on the interior, but we'll do it now, and that is what the horn sounds like. So let's take a listen. That is what your horn sounds like. So very nice ride, lots of standard features, just an overall great package, especially for the price. This thing's just a touch under $50,000, and I think for today's money, with what you get in other vehicles, I think you get a lot for your money with this. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I mentioned, I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys learned anything from this video, or you guys enjoyed, give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. But that's it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.